It's July 18, 2023, just before 11 a.m. And today I'm on my way to Bar Harbor to go to the supermarket because we're just about out of a whole bunch of staples, and so it's worth the trip across the island to shop at the supermarket. Anyway, today was a good day to do it. I'm not going to be using the boat, and I'll show you why in just a second when we get up here to a spot where I can see more than a couple of hundred yards. And basically, before I talk about that, the reason is we're in the middle of dense fog today, and it's been foggy every day since last Wednesday. We're supposed to have a break for a few hours on Thursday, and I'm hoping to get the boat out then. But until then, we're just in the fog. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around briefly and show you what things look like. Right now, I'm just outside Somesville, so I'm in the middle of the island, not that near the ocean. And see what it looks like. The fog isn't too bad here. It's thinned out. I gotta slow down because there are lots of tourists here walking the trails in Acadia National Park over to Somes Sound, which is on the other side of the ridge to my right. And it's high season now, and there are lots of tourists here. So anyway, you can see it's hazy in here, and we're currently quite a ways from the ocean, which is the fog factory. But there is dense fog today, and when I went past Southwest Harbor, I could only see a couple of hundred yards from the head of the harbor before everything disappeared into a gray mass. So anyway, I'll pick this up again when I get to Bar Harbor, and we can see what it looks like over there today on the 18th of July, 2023. Alrighty, I'm coming into Bar Harbor right now, just passing the stoplight as we head toward Main Street, and I will drive through. I didn't grab any change when I left home, so I don't have any way of paying for parking today. So I won't be parking and walking around because basically there's no place to park for free except right in front of the post office, where you can park for 15 minutes while you're going into the post office. But Bar Harbor looks busy. I'm seeing a lot of no vacancy signs on the motels and hotels as I pass them. So, well, this one has a vacancy. It is Tuesday, so a lot of people who were here for the weekend have gone. But as you can see, if you look a little bit more distant at the trees in the distance, it is foggy here in Bar Harbor as well. We will drive down and go out onto the town dock so you can see what it looks like there. But it's definitely foggy over here as well. And pretty busy looking today. Normally, during the summer, the town of Bar Harbor is much busier on days without the greatest weather. If it's raining or foggy like today, lots of people stay in town rather than go to the national park. And that seems to be true today. It's 11:17 right now, and there are quite a few people walking around, and lots of traffic here. Of course, this is the middle of July, and it is pretty busy. over around home in the seawall section of Acadia National Park. Whenever I go by the trails there to Ship Harbor and the like, I notice how many cars are parked, and they have been averaging about 60 to 70 cars at those two trailheads. And it depends a bit on what time of day you go. If you go, well, I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to turn here. This is crazy. If you go at the wrong time of day, it can be really, really busy. I'm going to pull out and turn. So here we go, down Main Street in Bar Harbor. You can see lots of people walking around. It is coming up on lunchtime, so a fair number of these people are here for lunch and are, you know, maybe trying to beat the rush by coming early. But as you can see, there's very little parking here on the street, essentially none. And lots of people walking around. So Bar Harbor is busy today, which, as I said, is not unusual for a day when the weather isn't that great. And the weather has not been great for most of the last month and a half. In June and July, we have taken our sailboat out 4 times. And in previous years, there have been weeks when we took it out 4 times. So this has been sort of the crummiest weather we've experienced for a long time. You can see lots of people here and lots of people driving around. And it's possible that there's a cruise ship here, but as you'll see when we get down onto the town dock, there's no way you could tell. Straight ahead, you can see the upper works of a whale watcher. They're probably not going to go out today. Actually, there are 2 of them there. They're probably not going to go out today because visibility is so bad that they would have to be literally right up next to a whale before you could see it, and it'd be very difficult to find any whales. Okay, here we go, over to the town dock, and we'll take a look at the waterfront. And straight ahead, you can just sort of make out the masts of a schooner tied up at the dock. And but it's pretty dense fog. I did not see the 4-masted schooner Margaret Todd, so they must have gone out today, despite the fog, for a cruise of Frenchman Bay. See if I can turn here, if these people will stop standing in the middle of the road. And here we go, there's a motor yacht tied up at the Bar Harbor Town dock. And straight ahead you can see, well, you can't see Bar Island. It is very dense fog. It's only a couple of 100 yards over to Bar Island, and it is not visible now. So this is a day when there are not going to be a lot of scenic vistas in Acadia National Park. And if you go out to the waterfront, say Sand Beach, you're not going to see much. You'll be able to see the beach, but that will be about it. All the lobster fishermen are out, though. These are all their trucks here. But as you can see, so far I've not passed a single parking space down here on the town dock. Town dock is an area with longer term parking, so that you can go out on a whale watch ride, which can take 5 or 6 hours, or take a schooner tour, which is a bit over 2 hours. And here we go. I'll head back up through downtown again, since I'm not going to park and walk around today because I forgot my change for the parking meter. So we will make a left here and go back up Main Street and then down Cottage. And everywhere you look, there are people walking around. And I think over the next 45 minutes, it's just going to get busier as people show up to have lunch at the many restaurants here in Bar Harbor. As you can see, it's very crowded today. And whoa, there's a parking spot. That's a rarity today. Somebody must have just pulled out. I'm sure that'll be taken within a couple of minutes. And here we come to Cottage Street. You can see the large numbers of people everywhere. And turning here can be kind of slow because, of course, we have to yield to pedestrians in the crosswalks, like right now. Said there could be a cruise ship in today. It's impossible to tell because you cannot see far enough out into the harbor to see if there's one anchored out there. And I didn't check the list to see if today is a cruise ship day or not. But there are certainly a lot of people here in Bar Harbor on Tuesday, the 18th of July, 2023. As we move away from Main Street, the number of people walking around will decrease, but still everything is parked up. This is one of the free parking spots right there in front of the post office, which is right off to my left, or right, I mean. And but other than that, not much in terms of available parking, even down here on Cottage Street. And here comes a little tour bus. Let him have room. And they will be heading up to tour the Park Loop Road, probably. So here we go. We're going to turn into the supermarket, which is about a block up the street. Just pulling out of the supermarket, that took a long time. The supermarket parking lot was completely full. It's emptied out quite a bit now. There are some spots. But we will head out of Bar Harbor. It's 12:30. Okay, here we go. It's pretty crazy in Bar Harbor today. Really crowded everywhere. Even here on this side street, there are people walking along. So, a typical summer day during the high season here in Bar Harbor. Okay, I'm a mile and a half or so out of Bar Harbor on Main State Highway 233. And these are cars that are parked so that people can go walk on a carriage road, because there is an access point to the Eagle Lake Carriage Road right up here. So all of these cars are parked here, and you can see there there are some gaps, but that's where more people were parked a little earlier. And there's an official national park parking lot there, which is completely full. I just wanted to show you just what it looks like at 12:30 in the afternoon, when a lot of people are in Bar Harbor having lunch. So now that we've done that, as we continue sort of south across the island down towards Somme Sound, I'm going to end this visit to Bar Harbor on the 18th of July 2023. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.